Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel Numismatic World. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare and high-value coins. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just curious about the treasures hiding in your piggy bank, this video is for you. We'll explore some of the most sought-after coins, their histories, and what makes them so valuable. So grab your magnifying glass, and let's get started on this exciting journey through time and currency. The 1975 dime, part of the United States' long-standing series of 10-cent coins, is a prime example of how a coin's design can reflect national identity, historical legacy, and economic shifts. To understand the significance of this particular dime, it is essential to explore not only its design and composition but also the broader historical context of its creation and the deeper meanings embedded in the coin's imagery. The history of the dime dates back to the early days of the United States, with the first dime minted in 1796, just a few years after the country's founding. Over the years, the design of the dime evolved to reflect the changing times, with coins like the Liberty Head dime and the Mercury dime serving as important milestones in the coin's development. However, it was the 1946 introduction of the Roosevelt dime that set the stage for the 1975 version. Following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1945, the U.S. Mint sought a way to honor his legacy. Roosevelt, who had been president during the Great Depression and World War II, was widely regarded as a symbol of strength, leadership, and resilience. In the wake of his death, the Treasury Department decided to use his image on the dime, a tribute to the man whose policies had guided the nation through some of its most difficult years. The U.S. Mint turned to the work of chief engraver John R. Sinek, who had been tasked with designing the new dime. Sinek's design was chosen for its simplicity and dignity, and the Roosevelt dime was first struck in 1946. Since then, the design of the dime has remained unchanged, including for the 1975 version, continuing to honor Roosevelt's memory. The obverse of the 1975 dime features a left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, with the engraving capturing the essence of his features in a dignified manner. Roosevelt's prominent nose, high cheekbones, and strong jawline are rendered with precision, while his deep-set eyes suggest a calm and thoughtful expression, reflecting his strength as a leader. The portrait is a study in restraint, avoiding excessive detail while still conveying Roosevelt's iconic features. His image is framed by the inscription, Liberty, at the top of the coin, emphasizing the connection between Roosevelt and the American ideals of freedom and democracy. Below his bust is the phrase, "In God We Trust," a reminder of the nation's founding principles. To the right of the portrait, the year of minting, 1975, appears in a bold, straightforward font, marking the coin's place in the timeline of U.S. history. The simplicity of the design, with its lack of extraneous detail, allows Roosevelt's likeness to take center stage and reinforces the solemnity of the tribute. The reverse of the 1975 dime, like its predecessors, features a striking representation of three symbols, a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch. These symbols were chosen by Sinek to convey core values of the United States: liberty, peace, and strength. The torch, with its flame burning brightly, is a well-known symbol of freedom, embodying the idea of enlightenment and the enduring flame of liberty. It has appeared on many coins in American history, and its presence on the dime serves as a direct connection to the nation's founding ideals. The olive branch, a symbol of peace, represents the country's commitment to diplomacy and harmony both domestically and internationally. The oak branch, representing strength and endurance, reflects the nation's resilience and ability to withstand challenges. Together, these symbols speak to the balance of values that have shaped the U.S. identity. Beneath the symbolic imagery is the inscription, United States of America, affirming the national identity of the coin, while the phrase, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one, is displayed above the olive branch, reinforcing the unity of the country despite its diversity. Finally, the words, one dime, appear at the bottom, signifying the coin's value. The 1975 dime was produced during a period when U.S. coinage was undergoing significant changes. Prior to 1965, U.S. dimes were composed of 90% silver, material that was gradually phased out due to rising silver prices and concerns about the cost of minting coins. The Coinage Act of 1965 authorized the shift to a copper-nickel alloy, which was both cheaper and more durable. As a result, the 1975 dime, like all dimes minted after 1964, was composed of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, a change that altered the coin's composition but not its size or appearance. The shift to copper-nickel alloy helped stabilize the production of dimes by making them more affordable to mint while still ensuring that the coins retained their familiar look and feel. The change also reflected broader economic trends in the mid-20th century, as the United States sought to address rising costs in its minting operations while also managing the broader economic challenges of the time, such as inflation and the increased cost of precious metals. The production process for the 1975 dime involved striking blanks, or planchets, with engraved dies to create the final image on the coin's surface. These planchets were made from rolled sheets of the copper-nickel alloy, and the dies, engraved with the design elements of Roosevelt's portrait and the symbolic imagery on the reverse, were used to press the image onto each blank. Afterward, the finished dimes were released into circulation, where they quickly became a staple of daily commerce, used in everything from vending machines to cash registers. Though the 1975 dime was not a particularly rare issue, it remains an important part of U.S. coinage history, as it continued to carry forward the design introduced nearly 3 decades earlier. The enduring nature of the Roosevelt dime design, one that has not changed for nearly 80 years, is a testament to the enduring legacy of Franklin D. Roosevelt and the lasting value of the symbols embedded in the coin. As time passed, the 1975 dime became a regular feature in the pockets of everyday Americans, circulating widely in commerce. Although it was not particularly sought after by collectors, who often focus on rarer or more historically significant coins, the 1975 dime holds value as part of a continuous series of dimes that have served as an important medium of exchange for U.S. citizens. The design itself, which blends tribute to Roosevelt with rich national symbolism, continued to remind Americans of the nation's core values: liberty, peace, and strength. Even as the 1975 dime was a common coin, it was a symbol of American pride and continuity, carrying with it the weight of history and the ideals Roosevelt himself had championed. In the context of U.S. numismatic history, the 1975 dime represents both a continuity of design and a reflection of national values. Its composition, which was the result of changes in the minting process, made it affordable and durable for widespread use. At the same time, its design, the familiar portrait of Roosevelt and the symbolic imagery on the reverse, remains one of the most enduring in U.S. coinage, carrying a sense of national unity and pride. Even as economic and political conditions shifted throughout the 1970s, the 1975 dime remained a symbol of the nation's resilience, strength, and commitment to the ideals that have shaped the United States. The 1975 dime is generally regarded as a standard coin in U.S. currency, produced in large quantities as part of the regular circulation during that year. However, despite its widespread usage, a small number of 1975 dimes carry an extraordinary rarity that has significantly increased their value in the world of numismatics. This rare version of the 1975 dime is not merely a product of its time, but an anomaly, an error coin that arose due to a mistake in the minting process. This error would go on to make the 1975 dime one of the most coveted and valuable coins in modern numismatic history. The story begins with the minting process. In 1975, the U.S. Mint was operating at full capacity, producing millions of dimes to meet the needs of the American economy. These dimes were created from the standard copper-nickel alloy and featured the well-known design of Franklin D. Roosevelt's portrait on the obverse, with a symbolic torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse. However, during the production of these dimes, an extremely rare minting error occurred. A small number of dimes produced that year were struck with a double die error, a flaw that occurs when the coin dies, which are used to stamp the design onto the planchet, blank coin, failed to align correctly during the minting process. This misalignment caused an impression to be struck twice, resulting in a coin where the design appears slightly shifted or doubled in certain areas. In the case of the 1975 dime, the double die error resulted in a version of the coin where Franklin Roosevelt's portrait appears as if it is subtly doubled, creating a distinctive, misaligned image that set it apart from the regular 1975 dimes. Double die errors are extremely rare in general, but when they do occur, they are highly prized by collectors due to the uniqueness of each coin. The rarity of a double die error comes from the fact that the mistake is not repeated across an entire batch of coins. Instead, it tends to be isolated to a few individual coins, making them incredibly scarce. As a result, the 1975 double die error dime quickly became a coveted piece among serious numismatic collectors. In addition to the double die error, there were other minor variations that contributed to the rarity of certain 1975 dimes. For instance, some coins were struck with an incorrect die, leading to unusual characteristics such as misaligned or partially missing designs. These additional defects, while not as dramatic as the double die error, contributed to the uniqueness of the coin and its value to collectors. While most of the 1975 dimes produced that year were typical examples, the coins that bore these rare errors became the focal point of numismatic interest. Over time, coin collectors began to realize that the 1975 dime, in its error forms, had the potential to become a significant find. Coins with minting errors are often more valuable than their properly minted counterparts, particularly when they are in good condition. The rarity of a 1975 dime with such an error meant that only a few examples of these coins were in circulation, and those that survived in near-perfect condition were considered even more precious. The coin community started to take notice as news of these rare error coins spread among collectors and dealers. What had initially been seen as a simple production flaw quickly gained attention as a highly sought-after item in the numismatic world. Over the years, the 1975 error dime became increasingly rare as most examples were pulled from circulation or remained in private hands, carefully preserved for their historical significance and potential value. What makes the 1975 error dime so valuable is not just the rarity of the minting mistake, but also the story behind it. Error coins like this one are an example of how something as ordinary as a coin, when produced with an anomaly, can become a one-of-a-kind artifact that holds immense value. It's a reminder of how small imperfections, whether in minting, design, or production, can lead to treasures of historical significance. The rarity of the 1975 error dime is compounded by the fact that few, if any, have survived in pristine condition, and even fewer are known to be in private collections today. For collectors, the appeal of owning such a rare coin lies in its uniqueness. The coin becomes not just a piece of currency, but a piece of history, and its rarity makes it a standout addition to any collection. Its story is one of chance, a simple error that, by the smallest of margins, created a coin unlike any other. Because of this, the 1975 error dime has become an iconic example of how rarity and value in the world of coin collecting can be created not through intention, but through accident. The rarity of the 1975 dime continued to drive its value upward, especially as interest in rare coins grew in the latter half of the 20th century. With each passing year, the scarcity of the error coin, along with its unique features, made it a highly sought-after piece among collectors, and its value steadily increased. The 1975 error dime became one of the most important dimes in U.S. numismatic history, an anomaly that would go on to break records in the world of rare coin auctions. Ultimately, the rarity of the 1975 error dime reached a remarkable level, culminating in an unprecedented moment in the coin world. The unique combination of its minting flaw, historical significance, and near-mint condition led to the coin's sale for an astonishing $27 million at auction. This was not just a record for a 1975 dime, it was a landmark moment that shattered expectations for how much a U.S. coin could be worth. The sale demonstrated just how valuable and coveted rare error coins can become, proving that even the most seemingly ordinary of coins can, through sheer rarity, command extraordinary prices. Today, the 1975-era dime remains a symbol of how a small mistake in the minting process can create a piece of numismatic history that transcends its original purpose. It is a testament to the allure of rarity in the coin world and serves as a reminder that some of the most valuable treasures are the ones that were never intended to be anything more than ordinary. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of rare coins. If this story amazed you, be sure to like, subscribe, and explore our other videos where we reveal more hidden treasures and stories from the fascinating world of collectible coins. Who knows, maybe there's $1 million find waiting for you in your own collection.